full scholarship that covers all your cost of attendance. The school will issue you with an I-20, which is a document required for processing F1 student visas. If your funding is insufficient, that is, the school did not give you full funding, you must submit financial documents covering at least the deficit before the I-20 document can be issued. The school will let you know what your deficit is. It is important to note that a full tuition scholarship does not equate a full scholarship. With a full tuition scholarship, you will need to provide proof of funds for your living expenses and health insurance. In some instances, you will need to pay an enrollment deposit as well. The enrollment deposit is your commitment to attend the school. Some schools will refund the enrollment deposit if your visa is denied. Now, once you have received your I-20, it is time to process your visa. While I was recording this, a student asked whether they need to sign the I-20 document and send it back to the school. No, you just have to sign it and then use it to process your visa. Now, once you receive your I-20, you can begin processing your visa. Here are the steps to complete before your visa interview. Step 1, you have to complete the DX1C form, which is the visa application form. Step 2, you have to pay the visa fee. This fee is also called the MRV fee. You must pay it before scheduling a visa interview appointment. Step 3, you have to book a visa interview appointment. Step 4, you have to pay the service fee. This fee must be paid before your visa interview appointment. If you don't pay it before your visa interview, your visa will be denied. Hi everyone. Thanks for being here. Uh, so today we are continuing with our study abroad plans for fall 2025, and I have Emmanuel with me here. Emmanuel is a special guest because of the fact that one of the reasons is because he's the first person from Group Three. Yes, all the people that I've talked with, they've all been from Group Two, and so I'm very excited that I have someone from Group Three, which means he's not known my channel for that long. I think so. Yeah. So please let me know where you are watching this from. It helps me a lot. I want to know your country. If you're in the US, it will be very helpful to know the states where you are now. And uh I think there was something last week. I don't remember seeing Karen. I don't know if Karen was here last week. I don't remember, but I hope she'll be able to join us today. And also, please, some of you are aware of the ShaiPod. Please go and subscribe to it. It's very important to me. It will help me in terms of the kind of guests that I can attract and all of that. So please, if you haven't subscribed to the ShaiPod, please do that for me. And I mean, this live session, I will really appreciate it if you can like it. Leave your comments in the chat box. If you have any question, leave it in the chat box as well, and I will do my best to answer them. And I mean, consider sharing the live session as well. So, like I said, I have Emmanuel here with me, a special guest actually. So, Emmanuel, welcome to the channel.
Thank you, Mr. Shai. Thank you so
Can you
much
speak
for the
up a little bit
opportunity.
because I struggle to hear you?
All right, sure. Thank you so much, Shai, and your team for this opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. We are very happy to have you. So, tell me a little bit about your background. What did you study in school? Do you have a
Okay.
degree? All of that.
Okay, thank you once again. So I completed KNUST, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and I read BSc Disability and Rehabilitation Studies.
Disability and
On
Rehabilitation Service
Yes,
Studies.
please.
Ah,
Disability and Rehabilitation Studies.
oh wow,
It's
that's
actually a health program that comprises both is both a social science studies and also a health studies. So
ah
we help persons with disabilities in every way deem fit for their ability to stay in the to stay relevant in life and then be able to do
ah.
better.
Let me ask this: why disability studies? What motivated you to study the program?
Thank
Did
you so
you?
much. Actually, when I'm being asked this question, I
Yeah.
just try to be very, very honest
Yeah.
because initially that wasn't
What you
my
wanted to study?
priority.
Mm.
Well, it was not a priority for me. Actually, I wanted to read engineering, but I was given this program as part of my courses that I chose, and I had to opt for it because when I looked at it, I realized there is a potential in studying it, regardless of whether it is part of my priority for studying in KUST or not.
Mm.
I realized there is a priority instead. There is a potential in studying that course because you are helping persons to be able to fit into the society, and
Yeah.
that is something I'm
That's.
actually passionate about,
Mm.
to help people, for them to have to regain their feet. It's like a restoration program. You help people to be restored back into the society.
Mm.
People suffering from mental health, people suffering from both physical.
Yeah.
People are disabled not because they chose, but because of circumstances that got them into that state. So you help them to be able to fit back into the society. That is one reason why I opted for the program.
Mm.
It wasn't part of my plan.
Mm.
I initially went to Kenya University to study. I wanted to study engineering, materials engineering, but then I ended up studying disability and rehabilitation study,
Wow.
and I made the most out of it, regardless.
Mm. Oh, that's amazing.
Thank
You
you.
don't often hear people interested in, stuff like that, because people are motivated by money. And so if you decide to study a program like that, you will you will actually be taking a risk, because you are not likely to make a lot of money from studying a program like that, like compared to engineering, which you initially wanted to study. Do you remember how many people you had in class, like the class size for the program?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we were 118 first year,
That's a big class size, actually.
118. When we
Huh.
go to the second semester, I think we dropped to 109. By the time we were done with first year, entered into second year, we were like 93 or so.
Wow.
So people left. And it got to a time the program was becoming so demanding because of the practical aspect of it. People felt like, oh, I don't want to be in this program, but
Yeah.
it seems it's very, very demanding as to the courses we are studying. We are studying courses like research methodologies. I remember we also did anatomy. And people were not expecting those courses because initially they thought it was a social science program. So we expect to the Babadier style.
Yeah.
You chew and then you pour. But in the case, it wasn't like that. We were going for practical sessions and it was becoming demanding. So people had to just drop off because they are not interested. They don't want to
Yeah.
spend a lot of money going to school and then and they don't want to.
By the
So
time
they
you
had to stop.
graduated, how many were you guys?
Okay, I think we were 75. Yeah, 75.
Mm.
75.
Yeah.
I really remember.
Yeah, not many people study this program, so I think 75 is still not bad. Yeah, I don't know, but we need more people studying programs like that. But the reality is that, like I said, people are motivated by money. So yeah,
That's true.
yeah. If you don't have the heart, if you are not really caring about the plight of people, you are never going to venture into a
Yeah,
program like that.
yeah.
So yeah, that's why I asked. So after your program, you did national service, right?
Yes, please, I did.
Where did you do it?
Okay, so where I did my national service is not so related to my program of study. I
Okay.
did my national service in a bank, GCB Bank,
Huh.
because of my study abroad options that I wanted to go. I needed money to also work on my study abroad stuff. So I did my national service at GCB Bank PLC.
Hmm. I find it a bit confusing, because if you if you had always known that you are not going to take this further, why did you even start it, in the first place? You could have actually just studied finance. So you spent 4 years studying rehabilitation, disability and rehabilitation studies, and then you after instead of you to, put those skills to work and help people with disability, you ended up at Ghana Commercial Bank. Like, I don't understand why.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
choose
There's
the
actually a
place?
reason to that.
Okay, you wanna
Uh,
if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But I just, want to know if you want to talk about it, then that
but
would be
I
fine.
want to talk about it.
Okay,
I
so
actually
what
want to talk
happened?
about it. I did my national service at GCB because whilst I was in school, I think final year, I knew I will pursue study. I will pursue studying abroad, and I needed money to be able to make this a reality. I needed enough information to make this a reality. So I decided to actually where I wanted to do my national service was at Confanoche Hospital at the psychiatry department. That is where I had my internship whilst I was in school. So I wanted to be there. So on a second thought, I felt like no, let me go into the GC to be able to make some money so that even whilst I'm still having my national service, I can put in applications that are directed to my undergraduate study. Yeah, so it was not so that I will not make use of the 4 year program that I did. No, there was actually the national service was just a springboard to gather money and then further my studies abroad. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one reason.
if I understand the Ghana system very well, the way it works is that when you're doing national service, they don't really pay you. Everybody actually receive the same amount, right? So like whether you work at
Yeah,
Ghana Commercial Bank, whether you work at Ghana Police, wherever you work, you are paid the same amount. So why was money a motivation for you?
the Ghana Commercial Bank is actually different from where you work. You are not paid by the government. You are paid
Oh,
by the bank.
oh, okay,
It's very very different from the whole system. People that are paid by the government, what they receive is different from what we receive by the bank.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, I get a point. Okay. Wow. So, but do you know that if you want to study abroad, your current job also helps with it, whether you're going to, because your current job kind of shows that you are really interested in the program. So if you apply for, you know for admission, and then you are not working in a company or in an organization which is related to the program you are interested in, then it's like you don't really have genuine interest in the program. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
Okay, but you still went ahead, and then
Yes, please.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I am trying to. So I realized that I didn't set the Facebook thing up, the Facebook and the Instagram thing up. So it's like, I don't know if it will work. I'm trying to set it up, but it looks like
Oh, okay.
so. Yeah, but yeah, as we are talking, I'll still try to see if that will work. But yeah. Okay. So study abroad. You started your study abroad journey, right?
Yes,
When did you
please.
start? How many schools did you apply to? And you know, did you get admissions, funding? Like, tell me about everything you've done in terms of your study abroad journey.
Okay. So I started my study abroad journey in 2023, right after I completed my undergrad. I was, I think, November thereabout.
Mm,
And I started applying to Northeastern University in Boston. I
okay.
also applied to Drake University, which is at Iowa State.
Okay.
And I applied to three schools in US and Lamar University, which is in Texas.
Mm,
And there is another school in Canada that I applied to. That is University of Calgary.
Calgary. Okay.
Yeah. So I had admission from University of Northeastern University. I also had admission from Drake University, but Lamar University's admission was pending. They were not so certain with giving me the admission or whatsoever. I don't know why they decided. They didn't give me a specific reason, but it was pending. But with a Northeastern University, they gave me the admission and they gave me a 5% scholarship as well. No, I
Not
needed a
not
full
Eastern, right?
scholarship. Yes, please, Northeastern at Boston.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So then what happened after that? After you got admission, what did you do?
When I got admission, I emailed them that I needed a scholarship to be able
Okay.
to make this a reality. And they told me, their program coordinator told me that with the program that I've actually applied to and gotten the admission, is actually, he used the word, is it a standard program or what? And he said that they don't give scholarships to this program, Master of Health Informatics. But then nevertheless, he gave me a link that I can apply to scholarships outside the university, specifically for this program. I realized that he was actually, he was so frank and he wanted to help that he just told me that this program, the university doesn't give scholarship for this very, very program, Master
Mm,
of Health Informatics. So the best option is to apply for a scholarship outside.
okay.
I said, okay.
So the Masters in Health Informatics, was it the program you were interested in all the schools or just Northeastern?
Yes, please. That was this program I was interested in all the schools.
Okay. But then how is that related to disability and rehabilitation? How are they
Okay,
related?
okay,
I know
okay.
it's
The
health, but
Master of Health Informatics is actually a master's program that combines both health and technology to administer healthcare. Health and technology to administer healthcare. And disability and rehabilitation, I realize that there is a gap which we are finding solutions to it in Ghana here. As in people's persons with disability, their access to healthcare, quality healthcare, especially persons that are suffering from physical disabilities like amputation and all those aspects. They find it very difficult to access healthcare in a very quality manner. So I felt like because of the growing challenges, the growing demands of artificial intelligence, this program will help me to be able to get the right knowledge, the skills to administer healthcare to people at the comfort of their homes. And that is where health informatics comes in because they administer healthcare through technology as well. That is why I went in for that program.
okay. Yeah. So did you process your visa
Yes, please, I did.
and what happened?
On the day of the visa, it was very, very dramatic. It was very dramatic because my visa appointment date was 12:30 p.m. When I got it, because I was so new to the whole system and everything, uh, I was quite tensed. I was quite tense. When I go to the embassy, the lady at the receptionist asked me of one or two documents and I handed it over to her. When she looked through the document, she realized that there is one missing. That is the service fee payment. That receipt. And she asked for it, and I told her that, oh, it is part. So when I checked through, I asked one of the colleagues I was behind, and he showed me the receipt. I said, okay. So I realized that I forgot. So I had to I mean, go back and then get a receipt. Meanwhile, that receipt was not going to add anything to the interview. So I had to
Yeah.
go back, go for the receipt, and then come back. So when I got to my turn, the consular asked me, "Why are you going to the United States?" And I gave him my reasons. What have you been doing? When did you graduated? And I told him. So what have you been? I didn't even let him finish, and I continued speaking. I completed this. I finished school. This is what I'm doing currently doing. So he was looking through my DS 160 on the screen and still listening to me. When I was done, he told me to hand over, I mean, I didn't do my biometric, so he told me to place my fingers on the biometric. I did. After just look at me, so I'm sorry, I cannot approve your visa for you today.
Okay.
And
Who was
I'm like,
sponsoring you? Because you obviously had, a huge deficit.
yes, I forgot that one. I forgot. Honestly, I had a loan from Empower. I had a loan from Empower. So on the loan, Empower gave me $53,700, and my cost of attendance from Northeastern was, I think, 53,000 USD, including living expenses and all. And I had family funds, family funds of, I think, 60,000 or so. That is what I so in total, the proof of funds I was showing was above Northeastern's cost of attendance, including
Yeah.
the living expenses. So when the consular looked at it, this is what he said: that there is a mistake on your I-20. And I said, no, there is no mistake. He said, you are showing a proof of funds that is above what the university is requesting, $103,700. Meanwhile, the university is requesting for 53,000. So he was quite, confused. I explained to him that no, I have the right amounts to be able to pursue my education. I have a loan from Empower, and my family is also supporting me with this amount. So that is why you see the, this description on the I-20. So it's no mistake.
Okay.
I
I
told him,
see.
and he said, okay,
Mm.
I'm sorry I
So,
cannot approve your visa for you.
yeah. Let me say a few things, right? Okay, well, even before I say them, why do you think you were denied? In your opinion, based on how everything went, why do you think you were denied?
Okay, I think was partly was because I had a loan from Empower. I think
Okay.
that was one reason why.
Okay.
Because
Well,
he
yeah.
felt like it was too ambiguous. He didn't understand it.
Mm.
That's why I have such a huge amount. I mean, that
Okay.
he didn't understand. That is why I think
Did
he
he
denied me.
ask you about your job?
Yes, please. I think I mentioned that in the video.
He asked you about your job. Okay. Okay. Well, let me tell you a few things. Okay, based
Okay,
on
sure.
everything. Um, yeah. So I have actually come across a lot of I-20s of students going to Northeastern University in Boston, but the I-20s that I've seen, like I have not seen an I-20 where the student had full scholarship or full graduate assistantship. All of them, they tend to have a lot of deficit. Like in your case, your scholarship was very small, but I've come across people who got like 50% and all of that, which is still not enough. Like because you still have a huge deficit of like maybe 25,000 or 22,000 or something. So one of the mistakes students make is that when they see people going to a particular school, all they know is, okay, I have to also apply to this school, but it doesn't work like that. If you do that, yeah, you're probably going to waste your time. Northeastern has 21,000 international students in the state of Boston. Northeastern University is number one in terms of the number of international students. So there are so many international students going there, but you have to understand the distribution of the international student. Most of these people are from China and India and all of that. So yeah, these people, they can fund themselves, right? And so if you are from a country or from a family background where they cannot really support you financially, you have to be very careful of such schools, because you're not likely to get any good offer, right, for you to be able to process your visa and be approved. So that is one thing. um then secondly, I think your program, health informatics, I'm not too sure. Why didn't you? I will, if I have a degree in um if I have a degree in disability, I will want to pursue my master's in disability, because it aligns perfectly with that and with what I want to do, and it shows that I am genuinely interested in the program. Because before schools will give you assistantship and all of that, they want to make sure at least you have some theoretical foundation from your previous background and all of that, and ideally from your job, so that when you combine all of this, they will feel like, okay, when you come, you can actually make a contribution to the department. And assistantship is not like the typical scholarship that we know, where you get the money for free. Assistantship means you're coming to work for the school in some capacity, and so they want to make sure you actually know a lot about what disability is and what the kind of help you can offer to people with disability and all of that. I don't know much about disability, like masters in disability and the funding options and all of that, but I don't know if you explored that program very well, because your program is more like a specialized program, and so it will require you to go through like 150 universities, and for each of them you have to check the funding opportunities and all of that before you apply to such a school. Switching like that, informatics is more like data analysis, right? But then you're analyzing health data. Analyzing health data is not the same as trying to understand the conditions of people with disability and then trying to find ways you can help them. So they are not exactly aligned, in my opinion, right? Then the third thing is, you went for the interview with a loan of 53,000. Meanwhile, you had a bank statement of 53,000. Students try to be smart, but then these visa officers, they are smarter because they've been trained. If your family has $53,000 to sponsor your studies, why do you need a loan from MPOWER? Which means that that bank statement is baseless. It has nothing to do with whether you can fund your studies or not. This is very simple. So, but students don't realize some of these little things. The visa officer will look at your bank statement and be like, "Oh, you have the money." I mean, whether they will believe you have the money or not is another thing. But I'm just assuming that, okay, let's say your family has 53,000. Why are you then going for a loan? It doesn't make sense. They don't. They're like there is an issue there, right? Then the other thing about the Empower is that, or any kind of loan, is that the visa officer is always interested in your job, because your job, if you are going for a loan, your job has to align with what you currently do, to show that actually you have a job already, and after getting the program, the program is going to help you get a better job, so that you'll be able to pay your loan. If you go for uh the interview, and then you are not very clear about how you are going to pay the loan and all of that, then you're not going to be approved. So in your case, yeah, you want to do health informatics, yet on the D-Expansive form you stated that you work at Ghana Commercial Bank. Like, nah, it's like there is no genuine interest in the program. That's the thing. Some schools will not care if your job doesn't align with what you studied during your bachelor's degree, because they will still want to look at what you did during your bachelor's degree. So even if you're doing a different job, it's fine, right? But then the visa officer is interested in what you do and then what you're coming to do. They have to align in most instances, unless you have a good scholarship. If you have a good scholarship, then the visa officer will probably not care, because it's like, okay, you already have a good scholarship. So, but if you don't have a good scholarship like that, your situation is a bit dicey. You have to show genuine interest in the program. And you went for the interview, you forgot your service fee payments. That you cannot really forget that, like, that. Don't make that mistake again. But yeah, so it's not just because you went with a loan. You can go with a loan and be approved, but going with a loan means you have to be convincing in terms of your job and all these things. But all of you know that I would never recommend going for a loan. At the same time, everyone is different. If you think the loan is your only option, yeah, you can go for it. When you arrive, then you will understand some of the things that I've been saying. Yeah, reality will dawn on you, and then you'll be like, oh wow, Shai, we said it, I shouldn't have. Because this 53,000 loan that you are going for, if for some reasons you come and then after 1 year you are not able to get any funding, then it means you are going for the loan again. So by the time you finish the program, you are going to owe Empower 100,000. That 100,000 is going to double to $200,000. You cannot pay. Even if they give you 50 years, like, man, 200,000 is a lot of money. So yeah, I know everyone wants to come to the US and all of that, but at the same time, you have to be very careful with some of these things. Don't do it. Like, don't do this loan thing. Like, it's, please do whatever it takes. And my argument is always, if you cannot get a good scholarship or assistantship to come to the US, there is no way you can
get a good job that will help you pay off your loan. And no, 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 I don't think so. So you have to start the work in your country and work hard and do whatever it takes to get good funding. Okay, so I asked you why you think you were not approved and all of that, but then uh do you think your GPA had a role in you not getting funding? Did you have a good GPA or not? You don't have to tell me. If you want to mention it, that's fine, but I'm just asking. Did you have a good GPA?
Yes, please. Yes,
You
please.
had a good GPA. Okay, did you evaluate your transcript?
No.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so yeah, and what about your application materials? Your SOP, resume, and all. Did you get somebody to go through them and and all of that?
Yes, please. I had somebody who went through it for me.
And what about the recommendation letters? Was it
Yeah.
were they easy for you to get? Okay, they were
Oh
okay.
yeah, they were easy. I had a
Oh,
relationship with my professors and my lecturers. So
I
immediately I
see.
sent it to them. They just did it for me.
Mm. Yeah, in your case, right? In your case, if because of your program, if you were working at a disability center, right? And then you apply to a program related to disability, and then you had people from your organization to submit a recommendation letter for you, that recommendation would have actually been stronger because of the nature of work you will be doing there, right? So yeah, in your case, people take recommendation letters for granted, but it is extremely important. If you can get a recommendation letter from a place that you know from somebody who is in a specialized field, right, that is going to make a big difference. So yeah, if I were you, I'll just try to get something related to my background and try to get recommendation from that my workplace. I always tell people that getting recommendation from your professors is best, right? But then in your case, if because of your program being a specialized program, actually, if you even if all your recommendation letters come from your organization, it can actually have a lot of weight, in my opinion. Even if you don't get it from a professor, because yeah, it is different from economics and other programs. I think your program, the way it is, yeah, this is just what I think. But yeah, so I don't know. What about the schools you applied to, Lama and all those schools? Why did you apply to those schools? What is different about those schools from other universities that you ignored?
I applied to Drake.
Yeah,
Drake. I think Drake. The program I applied to was different. I didn't use Master of Health Informatics. I applied to their leadership program.
leadership in what? Just masters
Leadership
in
in
leadership.
Masters in Leadership in Disability and Rehabilitation Studies.
Okay, yeah, that's I think that aligns with your background.
Yeah, they
So
requested for a WES evaluation, and the deadline was easily due for the WES evaluation, so I couldn't meet it up. And
okay,
yeah,
and you confirm that they have funding. Did you confirm that before applying?
yes, please. I confirmed that they have fun. They said yes.
Okay, and
Just that there were a lot of people applying to that same program, so
what
the
about Lama?
timeline I couldn't meet it.
What about Lama?
For Lama, they didn't give me a specific reason. I mean, as to whether they denied me the admission or they
No,
gave me
like
the admission.
I mean, why did you apply to Lama? What was it about the school?
So for Lama, we had an info session. I was in
Okay,
a group and we had an info session. I joined. So the was it a program coordinator? The international students, they have a name that they give to her. She explained. She spoke to us one or two things, and I realized that the African community over there were more. So I wanted to go to a school that has a lot of Africans there, so we can actually blend together. That's one reason why I applied to the Lamar University.
yeah. So your visa was denied, and then what have you been doing since your visa was denied?
Please come again.
So like, I want to know what you've been doing after your visa was denied.
Okay, so I'm still working on how best I can get a good funding,
Okay.
and also apply to either different schools with different strategies solely related to my program, and seeking for mentorship and guidance as well.
Okay.
Because the first one, I think I did everything on my own. I was a lone ranger. I was a lone ranger. I did everything on my own. That is one reason why I even forgot my service fee receipt, because I realized that I needed to I didn't have enough experience.
Mm,
So all these things were part of it. But for now, I think I need somebody who will guide me through, show me the right thing to do, what to do at the right time, and what to say, coaching in every aspect
mm,
regarding this pursuit.
okay. Yeah. Somebody says the voice is down. I don't know if it's okay. They say Emmanuel, your voice is a bit down. Okay. Well. Um.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Now you are looking for funding. Have you? Do you intend to apply to other programs? Because right now we are. I'll probably not recommend applying to schools. After January. I probably, or even after February, I will not. Probably right now. So, okay, right now, are you expecting some admissions, some decisions from some schools right now?
Am I expecting some admissions from some schools?
Yeah, like some offers. Do you understand my
Oh,
question?
please come again. I think.
So you went for the visa interview, you were denied, and
Mm-hmm.
then you said you've looked at some schools, and so I want to know if uh if you have applied to some schools, right? From the time you were denied, like as since you've
Oh,
submitted
not yet.
applications,
Not yet.
you've
I
not
haven't
submitted.
applied to any school yet.
Okay, so if you've not, when do you intend to submit applications again?
I think right from March going,
No,
because I'm
that's
working on
no, you cannot submit applications for March to come in fall or the next
in fall.
fall 2025.
Yes, please.
No, that's wrong. You don't do that. If you're interested in fall 2025, you should have submitted your application by the end of normally by the end of December 2024. That's how it is. Or maybe by the end of January 2025. You don't submit applications in March and expect to get funding to come. No, no, no. That's a big mistake. You can't do that. So for you, your options are right now, you cannot come in fall 2025. So you have to from now to maybe September, when most admissions will open, when most applications will open, you have to start working on your application materials, your resume, your personal statements. And then also, if you have to be sending cold emails about certain things, because your program will require you to find out about funding opportunities. So you may want to send emails to the coordinator to find out about funding opportunities if these things have not been stated on the school's website, right? So from now, these are some of the things that you want to do. And also your job, I don't know if you might consider some volunteer work somewhere where, an organization that has to do with whether it's research about disability or whether taking care of disabled people, like that kind of thing, to help your case. That is what I would do, some kind of volunteer work, if not full time, that kind of, so that's what I would do, right? And aside this, do you have any challenge, you know in the process? Is there anything that is a big challenge to you right now?
General challenges in.
Like any challenge about the study abroad process, something, or in other words, let me put it, do you have questions for me? Is there anything that is bothering you? Is there anything that you want to ask more about? you know
Oh, not necessarily. Actually, right now, what I need is coaching.
okay, what kind of coaching?
Even coaching as to how to submit my applications in the
what do
best way possible.
what do you mean by how to submit your application? What do you mean by, what exactly do you mean?
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that I need coaching in respect to uh, someone when you send the application, you know that this application is going through straightforward without any bounce, without any decline of scholarship. That you are bound to get the scholarship.
Well, you are probably in dreamland. It doesn't work like that. No matter who you are, no matter the kind of application you submit, sometimes, yeah, you can have GRE of 340 and a school will still reject you. So being rejected, when you submit application, no matter how competitive the application is, it doesn't mean you will automatically be accepted and be given admission and funding. It doesn't work like that. It takes so many things. It takes people you are competing with. It takes, why you want to study the program, like a whole lot of things considered together. Your recommendation letters, which is outside your control, like all of these things together. So there's nothing like automatic funding, automatic scholarship. No, no, all those things that some people do post on YouTube. It's not like, it doesn't work like that. So, but what you can do is to do your best, submit something as competitive as possible, and hope for the best. That's just what you can do.
Okay.
But yeah, and on my channel, I've actually made a lot of videos about all these things. I've I have a video on the CV. I have a video on the resume. I have videos on the statement of purpose. Like, I have videos about recommendation letters with samples, like everything you need in the process. So, y- you know, I always say that I get, when I go on social media, or like maybe TikTok or something, I get so many messages from students, and everybody will be asking for the same thing, like coaching, mentorship, all these things. Just imagine, even if I decide to coach, okay, so the way I am is that if I am doing something, I do it diligently, and I would want to go through every single application documents if I'm mentoring. Like, it's a whole lot of things, lot of things, and I don't have the time for all of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what I try to do is make videos, explain everything, so that you can take my videos. If I make a video about SOP, it is not like you have to stick to everything that I said in the video. No, it is for you to take it and then adapt it to your case, improve it, and all of that. That's just the way it is. So yeah, I have a video that I will be posting very soon, about somebody, and I think uh well, okay. Sometimes I don't want to be ahead of myself. So, but so the point is that everything you need is on my YouTube channel. Honestly, like, you can just go through and then try to.
Okay.
I always talk about what is a good application and all these things, and yeah. And in your case, given that things haven't worked out for you, you may want to consider doing evaluation. You may want to consider avoiding all these free application fees stuff. Your schools, I don't know. I don't think they were free applications. So I think you paid, right? Northeastern was probably free, right? Northeastern, was it free?
But this thing initially they wanted me to pay,
But it was
but then
free.
I sent them a mail and they waived it.
Yeah. And which means that when other people also send email, they are going to waive it. So it's still not ideal. You,
Yeah.
like, you have to try and stay away from all these pre-application fee stuff. You have to probably consider evaluation. If possible, look at your program, your program of interest. If there is something like GRE requirements and something, then you may want to consider taking it, because that is going to give you a better chance. So these are some of the feasible options for you. It's not easy. I'm telling you, the process is very tough. Like, it's crazy,
Okay.
but that is just how life is. You cannot just, have everything given to you like on a silver platter. It doesn't work
Yeah.
like that. So yeah. So if somebody wants to follow you, where can they do that?
And follow me on Facebook and on Instagram.
So
Instagram
Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram is underscore super obi. SUPAOB underscore super obi.
SUPA
Obi.
underscore
It's
underscore
underscore, the underscore comes first. Then
so underscore SUPA
SUPAOB.
OB. That's all.
Yeah, and Facebook is Emmanuel Boakye, just as it is depicted on the
Okay.
screen.
Emmanuel, okay. It was,
Yes.
so what is the meaning of super OB? What is the meaning of that? Hey,
Okay,
you're not
the
easy. Oh.
super.
Uh,
Okay, the super was given to me by my JHS tutor. Uh, the OB is the
Initials of.
combination of the Usubuashe.
Okay. Okay, something came to mind when I was sending you the link for this interview. I think your email has numbers, right?
Yes, please.
Why don't you create a new one just for applications, so that when you send an email to a coordinator, they will take it more seriously, because it's like, okay, this email is more professional. Because all these numbers, it's like, it can even
Oh,
be
okay.
from a scammer, that kind of thing. This is something we talked about like 2 weeks ago in the live session. You don't follow live sessions all the time. If you follow live sessions, you come across some of these little things, and you will learn from these things. Are you on LinkedIn? You didn't mention LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn?
No,
You're not on
I'm
LinkedIn.
actually I'm now like looking at. I mean, framing the
we don't
course.
work with we don't work with now. Either you are there or not. Last
I'm
week
not
when I
there.
was
I'm not there, sir.
last week when I was talking with Queen, one of the takeaways had to do with being on LinkedIn, because she talking about LinkedIn helping her so much, because through LinkedIn she was able to reach out to a lot of people who helped her with the application process and all of that. But here you are not watching live sessions, and then you want to come here. No, you have to. Karen is always here. Last week, I don't remember if I saw her, and that's why at the beginning of the live session, because she's always here. So when Karen is not here, it's easy for me to spot that, right? But yeah, if you want to come, there are so many things I can tell you guys so many things, but at the same time, there are so many things I might not even remember. I remember when I was speaking with Nenekua, right? Nenekua was talking about the fact that she reached out to she tries to follow a school's like a program in a school's social media accounts, and then by following the social media accounts you can actually see some of the students there, you can actually connect with them, and she's been able to connect with some of the students there. Now these are extra things, right? And they are not requirements, but then sometimes these little things can actually enhance your chances, right? I will not tell you that, oh, because I didn't reach out to anybody and all of that. But so because I didn't go through, I might not tell you that. But then if you listen to the live session and then Enekwa talks about something like this, you can actually learn, oh, okay, this is actually something I can do, right? And so you can follow the Enekwa strategy. These are, but people will come to me, and then I want to come to the US. And meanwhile, they are not even willing to do anything. They don't follow live sessions. They don't watch videos. They don't do anything. All they want to see is somebody making a video saying, no application fee, $50,000 scholarship, apply now, admission in 2 weeks. All those useless videos that people make just to get you to click on them. Meanwhile, the reality is far from that. The reality is different. If you want to study in the US, there are a lot of things, a lot of layers that you have to go through to actually get a good offer. But students don't want a video that will say how to study abroad step by step or something. They don't know that they want to see how to study abroad on full scholarship, uh flights covered, meals covered. They want to see off air like juicy stuff. Like, no, that's not how it works, right? So just for you to know, it takes a lot of work. So yeah, Emmanuel, do you want to say shout out to anybody?
No, no. I just want to say thank you to you and to your viewers for the time that they've given to us, the opportunity that we've shared together
Okay.
this evening. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, hopefully we get to talk again. Obviously, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can do some magic and then end up here in fall 2025. This fall, I don't
Sure,
know,
sure.
but yeah. But I mean, hopefully we get to talk again, you go through the process, because the way life works is that you have to fall. Like if you don't fall in life, then you're not a human being, you are a robot.
That's
Even
true.
robots sometimes they break down. So in life you have to understand that there will be challenges and embrace those challenges, go through, fall down, rise, and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's fine if things haven't worked out, and I'm very sure you wasted a lot of money. No, 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 no,
Mm,
that's it. Sorry, you spent a lot of money in the process and things didn't work out. But yeah, we fall, we rise again, and then so yeah, let's go again. Okay, good luck to you.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. And okay, there are some comments that I'll read out to you. Okay, do you
Okay.
want to stay or you want to leave? If you want to leave, you can leave, and then you can actually watch the videos for, because I think I've seen some comments which I will read out to you. Okay,
Okay.
but yeah, if you so let's go to the comment section. I only have access to comments on YouTube. I'm still figuring out the software. There are some little issues that I'm actually spotting. I don't know. So I have Raymond from Ghana. I have Leslie says we're happy to have a group three here. Let's shout hits from group three. Group three, yeah. You've not known my channel for long, right?
No.
Yeah. Being in group three means you recently came across my channel. Okay. Rachel is from UCC Ghana. Okay. Benis is also from Ghana. Hotman from Ghana. Okay. Ezima says, what do you think about company sponsorship for F1 visa? My company is ready to sponsor me. We have two that were offered, I guess two people who were offered 40,000 scholarship. My colleague has left for Germany for a master's degree. Well, so if you're using a company, right, there are a few things here that we have to look at. How long have you worked for the company, right? What is your role in the company, so that we can understand why the company wants to sponsor you, and also want to understand if, like you said, okay, the company has already sponsored two people already, so which means it's something they do. So being able to put all of this together, is very important. Why the company is sponsoring, and then when you come back, what exactly are you going to learn, and how is that going to help the company? So then we have to combine all of these together before we can, make a conclusion about your chances. So I cannot say whether and even all of that information is still not everything. We still have to know your DX160 form, so many things, so many other things, yeah, as well. So yeah, that's just the way it is. Tofik says, Big boss, keep it up with the good work. Ezima says, in supply chain, I have gotten admission for MS in the US, but my deficit is 27,000. But I don't know what could be my chance of visa approval. Please, what's your opinion? I need your mentoring. So, yeah, you have a deficit of 27. So, okay, the same person who is relying on company sponsorship. Yeah, so, I mean, it doesn't matter if I've coached people without any scholarship and they were approved, right? But it depends on so many things. What you do, like the things that I've just mentioned, right? Those are just how you can get your visa approved. So we have Koko here, we have Karen here, Karen from Nigeria. We have Leslie. Leslie says it feels like Emmanuel's voice is a bit out here. This one I read this already. Kehinde from Nigeria. So Nigeria, there are a lot of Kehindes. I don't know if it's a Kehinde I know or not. Okay. Well, Isa says hi, Shai. Highline is from South Africa. Travel says spring 2026. I don't know if this person is referring to your application decision, whether you should try applying for spring 2026. I don't recommend spring because, yeah, the probability of getting good funding is very low. Yeah, people get it, but the probability is very low, so I don't recommend it. Right. Paulina says, thank God for Shy. I have learned a lot from your videos. Wow, you're welcome. Glenn says, hello, sir. It seems my G application in NIU is delaying in results. Is there a link I can start looking for other GA shape position on campus? The thing about students is that students are not patient at all. We are in January and you are worried about your GA decision. Like, it doesn't work like that. Schools don't give GA decisions early like this. Once in a while, yes. Sometimes you have to wait until March. If you don't hear from the school in March, then you can reach out. But that doesn't mean anything should stop you from exploring GA options. On campus, you can do that. But NIU GA office in another department, I'm not too sure. But you just have to Google it, right? Just Google the things you are interested in. Maybe GA office at NIU, Northern Law University. Then Google is going to give you, some results, and you can go through every single one of them to, look at what is there, and then you can make a decision, right? So, Queen says, as a banker as well, he can take up online internships or volunteering roles related to choice of program. So this is what Queen is telling you, right? I hope you can see that. All right. So then Samuel says, okay, Samuel is following keenly. Okay, and then Leslie, yeah, Ezima, you say you are a data analyst, okay, in the company for 4 years. Yeah, that makes sense. But then, yeah, why is the company sponsoring you, right? What are you coming back to contribute? So yeah, you can be approved, but it's not straightforward like that. Leslie, if you have family funds more than your cost of attendance, why will you take a loan? That was very easy to spot from the video that you had other intentions other than studying. So Emmanuel, I hope you understand what he's saying. Right. Just like I said, if you have family funds, which is more than your cost of attendance, why will you take a loan? Right. So that's something to
Yeah.
keep in mind. Augustus says, hello, Shai. If I am asked the number of schools I applied to, can I say the number of schools I requested an I-20 from, or the number of
Okay.
or the number I actually applied to?
So
How,
Shai, I think I would leave now.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually have to leave now because
Yeah.
I also
Thank
have
you so
like,
much.
yeah, you're
Thank
welcome,
you.
and
I've
yeah, good
actually
luck to
noted
you.
the comments down and
All right,
I'll
good
work on
luck.
it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.
Yeah, good luck. I guess this is if I'm asked hold on, what did I do? Why is the thing? Anyways, so let's leave it like that. I'm actually about to end it. So uh Augusta says if I am asked the number of okay, yeah, I think I read this. Yeah, so how many schools do you apply to? Sometimes students will ask me questions and it's like I don't know the answers they want from me. Am I supposed to tell you? Am I supposed to help you lie? Is that what you are looking for? Like sometimes I don't know. I don't understand you guys. Like, no, I cannot tell you to lie. How many skills you apply to? That's what the question is about. So ask yourself, me, uh, if, let's say your name is John. Ask yourself, okay, me, John, how many skills did I apply to? And then yeah, just go ahead with that number. That's all. Sharon says, please, how do we book a personal coaching session? Yeah, if that the link is in the description of this video, I believe, and also like everywhere actually you can easily find a link to the coaching. Okay. Ezima says, how do I connect with you for mentoring? I don't know the kind of mentoring you mean. I only do visa interview coaching because yeah, and I've also created, well, I haven't created it yet. I'm still in the process of creating a study abroad course, right? Last week I told you guys about this. It wasn't my intention, but I've realized that some of there are so many things you have to learn and all of that. So there are so many things that I'm going to cover in that course. And so yeah, if you're interested, you can pre-enroll in the course. I come across a lot of, you know, a lot of courses, a lot of consultations and all that. And I see people charging $200, $500. I've even seen $1,000 for visa interview coaching. And I'm like, what? It's crazy. So I always try to do the best possible and also charge the lowest fee possible. I don't really, what I charge is peanuts. Like when I look at my time and all that, like what it takes to create a course, like all these things. What I charge you guys, I never charge anybody until this year, until well last year, right? I was always doing everything for free, but free things it's not the best thing, right? It takes a lot of work to do some of these things, and so you cannot do them for free. So yeah, but I always, even if I'm charging you guys, I make it, I charge the lowest fee possible, like from anywhere. If you compare with, and I give you the best service compared to anybody else. So yeah, it is what it is. So Patrick from Ghana, Obochi says, "Hi Shai, do you think I stand a chance to get admission and funding in PhD economics with an undergraduate GPA of 3.03? I don't know. I will not. You know, it's difficult. But if you take the GRE and then your GRE is good, then you have a good chance. There's no way you are going to get into a PhD program without a good GRE score. Now, if you want a PhD in maybe agriculture or economics or something, then yeah. But if you want a PhD in economics, as in economics itself, you have to take the GRE. And the better the score, the better your chances actually. So your GPA is not good, but it is not all about GPA. They require a minimum GPA of 3.0. and your GPA meets the minimum requirement of 3.0. The next thing is your research interest. If you don't have a research paper, that's fine, but you have to be clear about your research interest, right? And also your GRE has to be very good. And then also your recommendation letters, PhD recommendation letters. Man, I don't know how to emphasize this. They are very important. So if you can get quality recommendation letters, that can help you. And then also what else? Recommendation letters and your resume, right? If you have good background, because PhD normally you're coming to teach undergraduate students, you're coming to be a TA and all of that. So if you have some teaching experiences, those things are also going to help you. Travel says I have two sponsors, but in the DX1C form there is only one slot. Yeah, just state one person and then just put the details of one person, the one who is covering most of it, and then at the interview you can always like explain yourself, right, in terms of those who are sponsoring you. Samuel says, mark me somewhere, Shai. One day I'll be the one you will interview very soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Ezema says, I heard you saying that I should put everything together for you to have a clear picture. Please, where should I send it to you to see it on time? No, I don't have that kind of time. It's only people. My 1 hour is worth more than $200. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But the point is that my 1 hour is not just my time, it's also the opportunity cost of my time, right? What I could do in 1 hour if I dedicate that 1 hour to you, and also my experiences, right? I've been doing this for more than 8 years, or let's say for 8 years, right? I've been helping people with study abroad visa interview, like the moment I go to the US and all of that. So when I put all of these things together, yeah, there are links to how to get to me and all of that. So if you want, you have the links to reach out for coaching and all of those things. And John says, hi Shai, I've gained admissions with 20% tuition scholarship. Kindly suggest what to do next because I'm actually stuck. If you have gained admission of 20%, right, scholarship, if your parents cannot sponsor you with the remaining 80%, then forget about it. Forget about the admission and then try to get better funding, which will not just get your visa approved, but also help you, be able to take care of your expenses when you arrive in the US. Because if your parent cannot sponsor you, you can. The scholarship is too small. There are people who talk about I interviewed someone who talked about getting a GA from other departments. That is an option for you, but that is an option you can try, right? A GA from other departments within the school. But those things are not so easy like that. But you can try, right? You never know. After my interview with Samuel, something came to mind. Samuel was working at UCC. He was working at the administration's office, right? And he got a GA in the international student office, and you can actually see that there is some kind of a link. And so when he went through the interview and all of that, you can actually see he qualified for that position, right? And so it depends on so many things, your background and all those things. So you can try funding from other departments and all of that. You can also send emails to the department to find out if something becomes available, because sometimes somebody will be given funding, the person will choose not to attend the university, or maybe the person's visa will be denied, and so, but all those things, they are not guaranteed like that. The best option is getting funding from your department. If you don't get that, it means that you probably have a lot of work to do so that you can submit something competitive and get something better. That's what I can tell you. So I'm just going to end the live session here. I really appreciate your time. Like, I really appreciate it, and thanks so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a mock session. I am going to interview one student, and that student actually has a good offer. She has a full scholarship, so that will take care of everything, and so she has a good chance. So I just have to make sure she knows why she wants to study the program. She knows how she got it and all these things, and then I'm sure she has a good chance. So so tomorrow, you can join me, and then we are going to do the mock session. And thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.